What's up, everyone? Welcome to, I believe this is like the 10th episode of Variant Live. I don't know. Been doing it for over 2 months now, and it's pretty fun. Every Monday, I'm right here in my office, all kinds of cool stuff, talking to you guys and answering your questions. Today, we have some cool news, some random news too. Apparently, I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna dive in head first. Hold on, let me adjust this a little bit for you guys though, just so. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. So, first bit of news I'm going to talk about is Lindsay Lohan apparently wants to be Batgirl. Yeah, that's a thing. So, she apparently went on Twitter. I believe this was yesterday, over the weekend. Over the weekend. It happened relatively recently. Anyway, she basically went on Twitter and added Joss Whedon, because he's the one directing the new Batgirl movie. And she said, I'm going to read her tweet directly. She said, retweet if I should star in the new Batgirl movie, and everyone tell at Josh Whedon. Emoji kissy face, emoji heart. So apparently, because she's a redhead, she thinks she could be Batgirl, because that's all you need to apparently be Batgirl. But also, that's like the most random thing ever. Would you guys even want Lindsay? I'm sure some of you would. The mass, I would assume, no. If you're wondering my stance on it, I don't think. No, I know I don't want Lindsay Lohan to be Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl. So I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's just one of those things where I don't even know what she's doing currently. I'm sure she's doing something, but I don't think she's been in any movies, or at least any movies, like B-list movies that are in the spotlight. I'm sure she might be doing indies and whatnot. But again, that's just I don't know. That's a really a really bad choice. I remember the last movie I personally saw her in was I think, what was it, that Kirby movie with like the Volkswagen Bug from like the early 2000s. I think that's the name of it. I don't even remember. The Love Bug movie. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then obviously she was awesome in Parent Trap, but that was way before she went a little crazy. So yeah, in a nutshell, Lindsay Lohan is stalking Joss Whedon, wanting to be Batgirl. She's not stalking him, but it's pretty funny that she would tweet to him saying, "Hey guys, let him know if you want me to be Batgirl." But I don't think that would work too well. I'm not a fan of that. I actually think, I don't know who would be a good Batgirl pick. I feel like with like most of these roles, they need to be like no-namers. They don't necessarily have to be no-names, but I think it's usually better when it is, just because, if you get a good no-name actor, there's no like no one, you really don't know what to expect going in. So like there's no like, like when Ben Affleck was Batman, everyone knows Ben Affleck from all this stuff. So because of that, everyone was like, Ben Affleck. But if you don't know the person, then it's kind of like, all right, you're just waiting and seeing. You don't have like any pre-thoughts in your head or ideas of what this person may or may not do with the character. So I'm personally a fan of no names being cast, especially in superhero roles. So that's my 2 cents on it. Next up, more Batman news, because apparently Batman news is all the all the rage this week. Matt Reeves apparently has an outline, or he has the story worked out for his solo Batman trilogy. So that's pretty cool. I know everyone has been talking about this a lot. There's lots of controversy behind it, because apparently Ben Affleck is not going to be Batman in this movie. I don't know if like Flashpoint's going to reset it, or they're just going to pull like a Mark Ruffalo and just ignore the fact that Edward Norton was Bruce Banner in the MCU originally for the first movie, and then going forward it was just Mark Ruffalo. They may just pull that, which is fine. I mean, they also did that with War Machine. Don Cheadle is now War Machine. There's been War Machine for the past for every pretty much MCU movie minus the first Iron Man. So I mean, that would probably be the easiest way. I mean, you can reset it, but I think just ignoring it and just being like, yeah, it's the same guy, unless they want to make him younger. If they want to make him younger, then obviously you can't really ignore that, because you can't go back in time without explaining it. So that's I think Flashpoint would be the perfect place to reset it if you're going forward, because Flashpoint obviously deals with time streams and all that stuff. It's the easiest way to just change things. It's what created the New 52. Well, created the New 52. Now we know Dr. Manhattan had a hand in that, but you guys know what I mean. Anyway, here's a quote from Matt Reeves, the director of the upcoming Batman trilogy. "I am outlining, I have the story worked out, and I am outlining," Reeves said about the Batman movie. He goes on to explain that all the scripts he basically writes, he co-writes with Mark Bomback. So we can expect that he's going to be co-writing the script along with him. Also, it says, which has been rumored for a while now, is recent reports say that Reeves has been meeting with actors like Jake Gyllenhaal to play Batman. So don't expect Ben Affleck to star. That's a big deal. I mean, that actually kind of, I didn't mean to talk about this, but I don't think I did talk about it. I know Jake Gyllenhaal and John Hamm, Mad Men star, are the two guys that seem like are up for the role. I mean, a lot of times these rumors aren't true, but a lot of times they are. So, I mean, I feel like it's pretty accurate. I believe John Hamm was actually pretty vocal of that he does want to be the next Batman. I think he definitely looks the part. I am a John Hamm fan. I think he was good in Baby Driver. He's great as Don Draper in Mad Men. I like him. I had never seen him in something like this. Doesn't mean he wouldn't be good in the role. I have no idea. He definitely looks the part. But if I was to pick out of the two, I'm a way bigger Jake Gyllenhaal fan. Like I think everyone could agree, Jake Gyllenhaal is an amazing actor. He's in that age range where he's not too old, he's not too young. He's right in there for Bruce Wayne, a Batman, and I think he's played tough guys several times. Southpaw, other movies, like he could be a badass. So I think Jake Gyllenhaal would be a perfect pick. Plus he's got kind of that brooding about him. He's got those sad eyes where it's like, my parents died. I don't know. I think Jake Gyllenhaal would be a fantastic pick. That's my 2 cents on that. If we have to pick out of the two, I'm definitely gonna go Jake Gyllenhaal because I don't even know who else would play. I'm sure there'd be other actors out there that could make a great Batman, but Jake Gyllenhaal plus Jake Gyllenhaal in a Matt Reeves movie. Matt Reeves is amazing. I don't think he's made a bad movie yet. So, and Jake Gyllenhaal is an amazing actor. So imagine him in Matt Reeves' hands. That could be fantastic. Going out of comic books for a while though, but still I guess movie news because that's just all that's been coming out lately. It's always the highlight of news in the nerd world, or a big part of it. Anyway, Ridley Scott is in talks for Disney's Merlin saga. That would be awesome. Can you imagine Ridley Scott doing a Merlin saga movie? That would just be crazy. I know he's been doing Alien stuff as of recent. Those have been great movies. Let's have him do a Disney movie, which I guess now the Aliens franchise is now a Disney property because they just bought Fox. So technically he was doing Disney movies if you could look at it that way. But even besides that, they're saying that Disney is also said to be working on a live action The Sword in the Stone. And I don't know about you guys, but I loved that Disney movie as a kid, where obviously the sword's in the stone and you got to pull it out, only the guy's worthy. He's kind of like Thor, but not really. So Disney seems like they're just basically like, I know when we were a kid, we got all the cartoons, all the 2D animation, and now for this next generation, they're like, let's just do all the classic 2D animation stuff, but live action. We're just going to do that. So it's kind of a way to do something new, but not do something new at all. But I guess I'm not mad about it. Although, I mean, it's cartoons, so it's original stuff. And back to some comic news, though. There is some pretty big comic book news that's been flooding the internet. It's been really controversial, oddly enough, and I don't know why this would be controversial. But Thanos has just revealed, and I believe Thanos issue 14, his real birth name that his mother gave him, but before she went mad. And his real birth name is Dion. Dion is Thanos' real birth name. And everyone, I don't know if people are necessarily mad about it, but it seemed to me like some people are. But it seemed to it's been sweeping the internet for some reason. I don't know. It wasn't even, to me, that's not even like, I don't know if it's just I've been reading comics so long, so even when like people die or like characters' identities get changed, like it doesn't really affect me that much. Like I don't get the that much anymore. Like obviously some things do, depending if they do it like, on the way they do it. But for the most part, I don't get that. Like, again, it definitely still happens, just not across the board anymore. I've been reading comics so long, I kind of know how it goes. But even this isn't really even like a shocking like, oh, they killed Thanos. Oh, Thanos is now this person. That's not even like that. It's just they gave him a name, but for some reason people are kind of like, why would you give him a name? Although it's created a lot of hilarious memes. I don't know them off the top of my head, but just go search like Thanos real name memes and you'll see a bunch of them come up. It's pretty dang hilarious. But yeah, he's got a name now. I guess his birth name was supposed to be, or was, Dion. So There it is. I mean, I don't think, because it's not like they're going to be calling him Dion really going forward. Like, he's still going to be Thanos. No one's going to call him Dion. So, I don't see the real big deal with it. It's not like it's a bad thing. It's not like it's a good thing. It's just like, yeah, his name is Dion. There it is. So, but let me know. Let me see in the comment section. What do you guys think of that now, Thanos? I want to see what you guys are thinking about this. Because me, again, not that big of a deal to me. Just kind of a thing. But, Dion. Thanos' birth name is Theon. Or not Theon. Dion. There we go. Let's see. Put this in Infinity War, says Fernando. Could you imagine if it, like, they just throw an Easter egg in there, like, I don't know, Captain America calls him Dion, and he's like, how'd you know? And then he gets pissed off because it's like, you know, he's embarrassed of his birth name, so then he just, like, punches him through a wall or something like that. That could be funny. Not gonna happen, no. Let's see. Future Flash says, Dion, no wonder he's evil. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a nerdy name or not a cool name, but I mean, what did you guys expect? Like, his name to be like Matthew? Like, again, I don't think it matters either way. It's funny. Again, I get it. It's funny. But I just don't see the big deal with the controversy and everyone, like, being, like, mad about it. I see the jokes for sure. Making fun of it's hilarious because it's just kind of like, he's the mad titan Thanos, and then to be like, you know, his name is, like, Theodore. Like, you know, it's just kind of funny. So I get that. But the people who are being mad about it are just like, I can't believe, why would you give him this name? Or why would you reveal that he has a birth? It's just, I don't know. The people just being mad to be mad. That's my 2 cents. But anyway, I'm going to open this up to questions. Take a few questions, and like always. And then, I'm going to wrap this up. And then I guess I'll see you guys on Wednesday for Wednesday's episode. And yeah, we're going to do that right now. So let's go to the questions right here and see what you guys want to ask me. Comments moving fast, so I'm trying to pick one. Quinton says, thoughts on the Solo movie? You know, the Solo movie kind of has me perplexed because I think the movie comes out in a few months. Like, it's not that far away, yet we don't have a teaser trailer. That poster that they revealed, it was apparently a fake. So we pretty much have, like, nothing on this movie. Yet, it's only, like, I don't know when it comes out. You know what, the power of Google. Let's find out when it comes out. Solo, a Star Wars story. I know it's a few months away. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Okay, it's got a May 25th release. So, see, that's pretty crazy. This movie is, like, coming at... When you get trailers and teasers a year out, to not even have a poster or any kind of, like, on-set photos of a movie that's coming out, like, 6 months, 5 months away, is insane. So I know with the whole director's thing, and they pretty much reshot the whole movie, and I know that it's been kind of a mess behind the scenes, but I mean, a picture, something to get everyone excited. But I hope it's good. I really don't know at this point. There's been so much controversy with this. I'm just wishful thinking and hoping it's a good movie because, Ron Howard, fantastic director. The cast, for the most part, seems really solid, so I'm excited for it. I just don't know what to think beyond that because we haven't been shown anything. So there's that. All right, I'm going to answer another question here. Let's see. Comics Kid says, Armie Hammer for Green Lantern. They hinted to that a long time ago, so I hope that that's like a thing behind the scenes because apparently, like, Armie Hammer a while ago, before Justice League even came out, like, Jeff Johns started following him on Twitter, and I forget what Armie Hammer said, but he kind of alluded to something, that he was going to be like Hal Jordan or Green Lantern, and I think that's a fantastic pick. I was hoping that we were going to see a cameo in the Justice League of him as Green Lantern, or just alluded to it somehow, or even Hal just there with his, like, flight jacket or something. Didn't happen. I hope he is. I mean, I think he would be great. And you know who this is kind of off topic, but Ezra Miller, I liked him as Flash. I mean, he was really, really funny. I think we could agree, though, that he didn't act like Barry Allen from the comics a lot of the time. With that said, I still enjoyed his character overall. But I think Chris Pine would have made an amazing Flash. Obviously, he's Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman, but he would have made an amazing Barry Allen Flash, and it makes me sad that that didn't happen. But hey, maybe Flashpoint could change that. All right. answer a few more questions here. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Someone says, Iron Bird says Jessica Chastain as Batgirl. She is an amazing actor. She would do Batgirl very, very well. The only problem with that is Batgirl is supposed to be like, what, 18 to early 20s. Obviously, Jessica Chastain is not that young anymore, so that wouldn't really work out that well. But she's an amazing actor, so, I mean, if she was, you know, the age Batgirl's supposed to be, I'd be all for it. Let's see. What do we got next? T Nasty says, did you not see him run? Ezra Miller destroyed the Flash. Yeah, his running was pretty wonky. I'll give you that. It was pretty wonky, especially that Superman clip where he's racing. Spoiler alert. spoiler, but where he races Superman at the end. When they kind of slow it down, you know, as they're like running into the screen. He does this weird thing with his hand, and I don't know why. Like a simple, like, you know, this would have worked a normal run, not like this. It's like he's shoveling while he's running, like he's shoveling invisible sand in the air. It's pretty weird. I'll give you that. All right, I'm gonna answer 2 more questions, and then I'm gonna get out of here, guys. 2 more, so make them good, make them count, as if I won't be back here next Monday. All right, let's see. I'm gonna look for a good one. Summer says, do a history of the question. That's not a question, it's a statement, but yes, I will be doing a history of the question pretty soon. So that doesn't count. I've still got 2 more. That one just caught my eye, so I figured I'd read it aloud. If I can, I would Justice League DVD. All right, that's again not a question, but I'm gonna accept it as a question. Yes, what's pretty weird is apparently the Justice League Blu-ray or DVD or whatever is gonna be released later this month, which is crazy because the movie just hit theaters in what, November, if I believe. It got a November release. So we're getting a Blu-ray for a movie, or even a digital release. We're getting the movie 2 months after it's been in theaters. That's pretty crazy, but I'm assuming that's because it didn't do the best at the box office. So maybe Warner Brothers is pushing it to DVD and Blu-ray and, you know, give us our extended cut and hoping that boosts sales and revenue overall. Maybe that could be their logic. I have no idea. I do know I've only seen it once, so I'm very curious to see it again, see if my thoughts change. If you guys remember, I enjoyed the movie overall. I thought there was a lot of cool, fun moments for DC fans. With that said, the movie had a lot of problems. I did like it more than BVS, though, overall, because BVS had a lot of problems, I thought, and it was just too grim and gloomy for me. But yes, maybe once I see it again and we get the extended cut, I'll definitely talk about it on a Variant Live when there's an extended cut and give you my thoughts again. See if my thoughts change. Because you know when you see a movie once, after you see it several times, you get your final opinion. So I'll update my opinion once it's released. I'm going to answer one more question, and then I'm going to get out of here, people. Let's see. Deadpool's pointing at me. He is. Yes, he is. Oh, wow, that was like an influx. Everyone's like, one more question, and they're all sending questions at the same time. All right, let's see if I can pick one out of the masses. Chris Mine says, do Toxin. I already did a history of Toxin, so you can search for that. Jay Babb says, are you excited for any new superhero games? All right, that's going to be the last question. Yes, I am very excited for superhero games. I talked about it a little bit last week, but I'm not excited. I'll talk about it again. The new Spider-Man game for PS4. That thing looks ridiculous. Unfortunately, I only have an Xbox One. I don't own a PS4, but I have friends and family who have a PS4, so I'm going to have to borrow that for them so I could play it, beat it, and then review it here on the show, because it pretty much looks like the Arkham games, but with Spider-Man. And as you guys know, like Batman and Spider-Man are like 2 of my favorite fictional characters ever. So if it holds to be just like that, but with Spider-Man, I am very excited about that. But with that said, guys, I am going to get out of here. Remember, this Wednesday we have an episode. Wednesday or Thursday? It might be running a little behind this week, so there's your warning. And then Saturday we always have our one-shot type episodes. But with that said, I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.